husband is kissing another woman, and she's just standing there watching the whole thing. Just a few moments ago, she was the powerful CEO of a billion-dollar empire. She thought she had the perfect life, with a perfect husband who'd adored her for the last 5 years. He swore he would only love her forever, but she was desperately hiding a terrible secret. She couldn't have a child. She even risked her own life, going through painful treatments to make their family complete, but it was no use. She decided to adopt a child, thinking he would love the baby as his own. The clerk looked at her with pity and said, "Mister, he is married, but his legal wife isn't you." Her mind went totally blank. The man who comforted her and told her that having a child didn't matter had been lying to her the whole time. She rushed home, her heart breaking into a million pieces, only to walk right into a party. And there he was, kissing a woman she recognized immediately. It was the new assistant she'd hired herself. Her husband had told her, "She's so innocent and sweet, just like you were when we first met." She'd been such a fool. He hadn't just cheated on her. He had strategically placed his real wife right under her nose. Upstairs, hiding in the shadows, she listened to him bragging to his friends. "My marriage to Wenxi was never real. It was a fake marriage certificate from the very beginning." He heartlessly admitted his whole plan was to keep Wenxi for her power and his secret wife to be his legal one. "I'll never let her find out," he said, with a smirk on his face. "She can just keep on being my perfect Mrs. He." Suddenly, his real wife walks over to him, cooing, "Hubby." But then, another voice cut through the air, cold as ice. "Hubby," when she slowly walks down the stairs with a chilling smile on her face. Her husband freezes, completely terrified. Her parents' car crash. "I set the whole thing up." He made the chilling confession with a smirk on his face. She was standing right outside the door, recording his every word. His twisted plan started 5 years ago. He was a stranger who drugged her and then expertly framed her, making it look like she'd slept with another man. The next day, he showed the shocking photos to her devastated parents. To save their daughter's reputation, they begged him to marry her, even offering him 50% of their billion-dollar company over 5 years. He played the part of the reluctant hero and agreed to the fake marriage. Now, back in his office, his real wife is sitting on his lap. Then he admits the final horrifying truth. With the company almost his, he had her parents killed. Now she finally knew the truth. She's right outside the door with her phone recording everything. Suddenly, he hears a noise. He freezes. "Who's there?" he yells, his eyes quickly looking toward the door. Has she finally been caught? With a chilling smile, she cuts the birthday cake, but the heart on top isn't the only one she's about to break. He sees the knife and the cold anger in her eyes, and a wave of terror washes over him. This was supposed to be her perfect birthday party, the final act in his 5-year-long lie. At the party, he's playing the loving husband, showering her with attention. But then, she walks in. His real wife, dressed in a fire-red dress, ready to steal the spotlight. She boldly walks right up to Wenxi and offers her a birthday gift, a scented candle. With ice in her veins, Wenxi accidentally knocks the gift right onto the floor. Her husband immediately explodes with anger, but not at his mistress at her. Humiliated, the mistress runs off crying, and he ditches his own wife's party to chase after her without a second thought. Left all alone, Wenxi calmly picks up the cake knife. He doesn't see Wenxi walking toward them. He doesn't see the shine of the knife in her hand. This woman just got a priceless statue from her husband for her birthday, but she watched coldly as his mistress smashed it on purpose and then framed her for it. Her husband, falling for the mistress's act, angrily accused her. "How could you be so vicious?" Devastated, the wife looked at the man she once loved, who now only saw her as a monster. She knew she had to fight back. "You want to see vicious?" she said with a chilling smile. "I'll show you vicious." She slapped the mistress hard right across the face. "That is a real slap from me," she announced, furious. Her husband protected his lover. "Are you crazy?" he screamed, carrying the crying mistress away and leaving his wife completely humiliated in front of all their guests. But the most shocking secret was still to come. In the hospital, the mistress tearfully admitted she was scared. What if she finds out we're already secretly married? The husband promised he would protect her, all while secretly plotting to take over his wife's company stock. He thought he was in control. "Nobody touches my girl." With those chilling words, he brutally beats the person in the bag, thinking he's teaching a lesson to a thug his wife hired. But he has no idea that the person bleeding under the bag, taking every vicious hit, is the wife he swore to protect. He's doing all of this for his innocent assistant, who secretly planned the whole thing. Just moments before, his wife had given him one last chance. Fire her and get her out of my life. Desperate to save his marriage, he swore he had nothing to do with the other woman. But when she asked him to fire her, he immediately said no. The company can't run without her. Suddenly, a frantic call comes from the assistant, screaming that she's been kidnapped. In a flash, he turns on his wife with pure hatred in his eyes. "What did you do to her?" He violently grabs her and throws her onto the bed, his mind completely poisoned by his suspicions. He leaves her there sobbing, convinced she's a vicious monster. Now, as he's torturing his own wife, the real monster is telling her the most horrifying truths. He was the one who killed your parents. Every night the milk he gave you wasn't to help you get pregnant. It was filled with poison to make you infertile. Devastated, the wife's whole world completely shatters. But as she lies there dying, another man, who has been desperately searching for her for 5 years, bursts through the door. His heart breaks as he rushes to her side, holding her broken body. He rushes her to the hospital, saving her just in the nick of time. She has lost everything, but she survived. That night, it was you, she asks, her voice shaking. The man who saved her life, who watched over her all night while her own husband was in the next room with his mistress, now tells her the final devastating truth. Yes, he says, I was drugged too. I've been looking for you for 5 years. Suddenly, her entire life shatters into a million pieces. The one night of shame that trapped her in a loveless marriage was all a lie. It wasn't a mistake. It was a carefully planned plot by the man she called her husband. He secretly planned the whole thing, using her so-called cheating to force her into marriage, take over her family's company, and murder her parents. She realizes with horror, I was such a fool. I walked right into his trap, and my parents paid for it with their lives. As she breaks down, the man who has secretly been looking for her for 5 years makes a shocking proposal. Marry me. She looks up at him completely stunned. You have nothing left, right? He challenges her. Marry me, and I'll give you everything. The power of my family will be your power. You want to take back your company? I'll help you. You want revenge? I will be your weapon. Her mind flashes back to her own wedding vows, to the empty promises from a monster. She looks at the man offering her a way to get revenge, but she's broken. I don't believe in love anymore, she whispers. He leans in closer, his eyes intense. Is it that you don't believe in love, or that you still can't let go of the man who destroyed you? He's home. He came back, she whispers, panicked. Her new ally fiercely pulls her into the shadows, right as her husband walks into the room. He has no idea his wife is hiding just a few feet away with another man. He pauses, sniffing the air. He can smell her perfume, but tragically, he just thinks it's because he misses her so much. He had been desperately trying to call her for 3 days, terrified that she had finally left him for good. He has no idea she's already plotting her revenge. Just then, his phone rings. It's the hospital. His mistress is sick again, crying and begging for him to come. As soon as her husband leaves for his mistress, she steps out from the shadows, her eyes as cold as ice. She picks up their wedding photo. This 5-year fake marriage, she declares, is officially over. As she rips the picture to shreds, she moves to smash their giant wedding picture on the wall, but her new ally suddenly grabs her, pinning her against it. She knows everything. The husband's face goes pale as he stares at the phone. A secret video is playing a recording of him confessing to murdering his wife's parents. He had no idea. He thought she was just pouting when he came back to an empty house. But then he saw it. The closet was empty. Her medicine bottles were thrown out, and their wedding photo was ripped to pieces in the trash. He was a fool. For 5 years, he played the perfect, loving husband, all while secretly plotting to steal her family's company. He thought his dark secrets were safe, especially the one about how he set up the car crash that killed her parents. But he made one huge mistake. He didn't realize another man had found her, a powerful CEO who had been searching for her for 5 long years. Your marriage is a trap, the man told her, his eyes full of pain for her. He's destroying you. Let me help you get it all back. To prove his loyalty, he made an incredible promise. Marry me, he begged. And if I ever betray you, my entire multi-billion-dollar company becomes yours. This isn't a deal, it's because I love you. With a new sense of strength, she fiercely accepts. First, we get my company back, she commands, her voice ice cold. Then, you will help me make my husband and his mistress pay. I want them to lose everything. As they drive away to start their new plan, she coldly slips the wedding ring from her finger and throws it out the window. The 5-year lie is officially over. The war has just begun. Now, her husband stands alone, the horrifying confession playing over and over. He thought he was the master of this game, but he just realized he's the one being hunted. Meanwhile, the husband's mistress sits in her new office gloating. He's finally getting rid of that pathetic wife, she sneers to her assistant. She secretly thinks she has won the grand prize, the company, the man, and everything else. She has no idea she's just a pawn in a much bigger game. From a secret location, the wife plans her first move. He's so worried about me, she says with a cold smile. Let's give him something else to worry about. She sends him a package with no return address, a folder filled with solid proof of his mistress's own crimes. Kidnapping. Assault. Just as the husband lands a massive, company-saving deal with the global giant, he gets the package. The evidence is undeniable.